He thought not, since it was left in a room surrounded by the lower ranks of servants. But maybe the thought of stealing the bell was never considered. He wouldn't steal it. He was fed, warm, safe and unmolested by both master and peers. Stealing wasn't a necessity here in the palace, so maybe that was why the bell remained untouched. As if his thoughts conjured it, the sweet clarion ringing of the royal bell cut through the oddly timed song from the lesser bells. Even Cook paused, the staff stopping mid-task as the servant in charge of deciphering the chimes took down the order, scribbling madly. It was short and simple, or so Jaime assumed, as the servant soon bustled through the wide doorway from the bell-room into the kitchen, heading straight for Cook. Jaime held his breath, curious, and waited impatiently while Cook took the paper and read. "I need porridge, bacon and cold sliced fruit with a full tea service readied immediately," Cook ordered, and several of his helpers jumped into action. Jaime was still new and had no idea how to do anything, yet, aside from cut things up and stir, so he was exempt from doing any real cooking. His previous life as a poor student and his even briefer life as a slave chained to a cell wall left him with little experience. Thankfully, Cook was far more patient with him than his surly demeanour indicated, and Jaime was given the time to learn how to be useful. It was the least he could do for the people who saved him. He resumed cutting the roots and onions, the sulphurous fumes making his eyes burn, and he blinked back tears. He wiped his eyes with his sleeve, and the bleached linen covering his wrist made him pause for a moment. Jaime made a fist, the skin of his wrist tingling and stretching, but it felt far better than it did weeks ago. The servant on his right gave him a questioning look, and he ducked his chin, not wanting conversation. He scraped the chopped vegetables into the large bowl in front of him, keeping his eyes down. "Jaime, come here, lad, I've a task for you." Cook waved him over, and Jaime gulped, wiping his hands on his shirt front. He went to join Cook at the door that led out from the kitchen to the servants' halls, a shiny silver trolley next to the bigger man. "Yes, sir." "Take this to His Highness's suite. All my experienced hands are busy preparing breakfast for the court." Cook scowled down at him from his impressive height, making Jaime feel even smaller than he was. He wasn't a big man by any means, and he looked younger than his 19 years. Jaime's head only came to the middle of Cook's chest. His nerves must have shown as Cook's expression relaxed, and he put a big meaty hand, scarred from years of burns and blade nicks, on Jaime's shoulder. "You'll do fine. Just follow the golden arrows on the walls in the servants' halls, and exit where you see the smaller diadem symbol for the prince's suite. Small crown for the prince, big crown for the king. The other royals live closer to the king's suite, and Prince Maxim's room is right next to the exit marked by the small crown. Knock loudly, once, then go in. Set up the table, for one, politely ask the prince if he needs anything else, then come back here the same way you left. Make sense?" "Yes, Cook," Jaime managed to say, biting his lip. He gripped the rail along the rear of the silver trolley and took a deep breath. Cook patted his shoulder once more, then gave him a gentle nudge. "Hurry along now, don't want Prince Maxim's breakfast to get cold." "Yes, sir." Jaime pushed the trolley. Its well-oiled wheels were soundless, and it was easy to maneuver. He took the halls as quickly as he could, as the stone corridors were only lit by a lamp at each intersection. Sure enough, there was a golden arrow etched into the stone above the other arrows, all coloured differently. He knew some of the colours already, like red for the guards' barracks, green for the upper servants' offices, and blue for ministers. There were yellow, purple, and brown as well, but those he had yet to decipher, and asking after their meaning always got him looks of exasperation from the other servants. So he figured he would learn eventually on his own. He gulped when he took a corner following the golden arrow, and the turn came to one of the lifts, powered by pulleys and counterweights. He had been shown how to use one and took a short trip on one his very first day in the palace, but the thought of being lifted several stories in